Top of the morning, my people. Boy, it's been a rough few days, a week. Sometimes I just don't know how much more can people bear. But one thing I have to say about my people, boy, they certainly can, in the midst of a challenge, they find ways to entertain themselves and others. They've given us reason to laugh over things that are not laughing matters. And I want to express my gratitude and my thanks to those people who have really just tried to bring a smile to one's face despite what is happening in Jamaica. And those people who believe that, with a snap of a finger, this whole thing can come back together. That's not how it works. And then there'll be those who tell you, don't politicize the thing, you know. I can't help but wonder to myself if Melissa was showing us what could have been our fate had we made the wrong decision on September 3rd, 2025. Because the bunch of misfits that were gearing up to go into lead, having not even run a patty shop for themselves, at least, from all what we're seeing, government is organized. They have been at the wheel for the last 9 years. So the relationships and the connections are not something that they're trying to figure out. These are things that they already have in place. And for that, I am grateful for the Jamaicans who decided to stay the course. And a good thing the Prime Minister called the election when he did, because it would have been a most challenging situation to call the election after this, with the prospect of a repeat of 88, 89. We had Gilbert, countries brought back to a going concern, and then the people just feeling that they never got enough. Not that they gave anybody anything to put down. Hand over the government to almost treacherous 18 and a half years. Fortunately, we didn't do that this time. We decided to stay the course. And I'm sure there are many who are saying, we made a good choice. Because at the very least, we know that in a disaster, the Jamaica Labour Party and its members will come through. Lots of new systems are in place to prevent any wholesale thieving, because I have to say wholesale, because we're talking about man here. And if there's a rule that can be broken, they will break it. And if them can take the milk out of the coffee, they will do it. But I think what we have done this time is that it was pure black coffee we are served. So yeah, there's no milk to take. The speed at which the support Jamaica.gov.jm was put up, I must applaud. And again, this is clearly from people who are thinking, haven't lost their heads in the midst of a challenge. And I really would like the PMP to just, I tell you something, many of the persons who ran as PMP candidates were busy planning to be ministers. They had no plans to stay in their constituencies. That was word that they were going to delegate to others, to their Dans and Danettes. But you went out there and you said you want to support the people. You want to take care of the people. Well, yeah, you win your seat after pressing flesh. Just by the look of it, I know that many of you didn't really enjoy that lady down in St. Elizabeth is getting a first-hand feel of what that looks like. And that lady over in St. James who take out Homer, yeah, you're going to find out what it means to be a MP and to deal with people and their problems. And I guarantee you, see, because notes are being taken, this is a test to see how much you don't really care about Jamaica and Jamaicans, much less the members of your constituency. Yes, we're going to see now. You're going to be an MP, yes, and you're going to put in the work now. Yeah, we're going to see if you're going to put in the work. Leaving that as it is. They have to give my, have to really, give a shout out to Melissa, because whatever Melissa was doing, Melissa had purpose. Melissa farmed, Melissa ate, and Melissa decided that ate up all that energy. I mean, the way Melissa came and she could have go through the space between Jamaica and Haiti. Melissa said, no, 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 no. That's not where I want to go. And if you go back and you look at it, you see how Melissa slow herself down, move to where the food was, which is the warmer waters of the Caribbean Sea. And line up herself for that western portion of Jamaica. Melissa put herself in park, because you can't tell me that 1 to 2 miles an hour, that is park. And Melissa gave us warning. Said, listen, this is the way I'm going to go. All who can take heed, who can move, I give enough time. If people was even walking, them would have reached further inland. But a certain stubbornness that exists among people, especially in those parts. Yeah. And Dr. Campbell, who run leaves it and has now found himself in a constituency that has been utterly devastated by this Category 5 hurricane. And we're going to see what kind of work he's going to put in to help the people to get back on their feet. I can't help but think to myself that Westmoreland, Hanover, and portions of St. Elizabeth was filled with some ungrateful people. And there'll be those who will say, oh, you know, the people and they're in the midst of their disaster to say this. But I know many people are thinking it. Many people are thinking it. After having experienced burial and what efforts were made to bring these areas back on stream by the current government, the amount of resources, and to see the people in these areas turn around and deal with the JLP MPs the way they did. You just can't help but think it, much less say it. Melissa has done a number on these two areas in particular, Westmoreland and Hanover. Both of which have municipal corporations which are under investigation for corruption, who have been collecting money and not spending it. Yeah. Both of whom were building war chests to win election out of taxpayer money. Yeah. There, I said it. And who's going to come in and rectify the situation and bring it back? The Jamaica Labour Party government. The government that the people in Westmoreland and Hanover and portions of St. Elizabeth rejected. Let's not forget Manchester. Northern Manchester, Southern Manchester, who did the same. Yes. Which government is going to come in and help to bring them back? The Jamaica Labour Party government, yes. Because the most honorable Dr. Andrew Holness is Prime Minister of Jamaica. Not Prime Minister of Labor Rights, but Prime Minister of Jamaica. And a most selfless individual this gentleman is. That he's going to put country first. and the Jamaican people first, and not operate based on politics. So yes, some tough days ahead, but we give thanks for who we have in government. You see the government that took us through COVID, that balanced the country's books, creating a surplus, that had the good sense to create the catastrophe bond for which we are now going to reap the rewards of under these challenging circumstances. And who have the foresight to control the aid that is going to come in. Remember now, don't give no money to Red Cross. Yeah? No money to Red Cross. No want to give, go to supportjamaica.gov.gm. That is the only authorized portal to send money. Just big up the Miami Heat for having started the ball rolling with their $1 million US. And we thank all the partners around the world and all the people who love Jamaica. Yes. And here it is. The same Jamaica Labour Party government took us through burial. And just in case JPS was thinking to themselves, boy, them get away. Yeah. Them clearly in the sights of Minister Vaz. They're going to get one last chance. Well, they're not even going to get a chance, really, because they've been sucking out our eyes for too long. So, yeah, them just need to do their best. And any misstep on the part of the Jamaica Public Service would be final nails in their coffin. All them people that can start think about some new things. All them investors who've been making the millions of US dollars. Yeah. Yet giving minimum service at exorbitant costs while still reaping a massive profit. Yeah, your day is numbered. Flow and Digicel, we're going to see how long it takes to sort things out. Starlink, you need a bigger presence in Jamaica. Bigger presence in Jamaica is needed. Yes, my people. So, we go and hold it. And we give the Most High thanks for the minimal loss of life thus far. I know there are those who would like to, who just profit off bad news, But Jamaica will build back better and stronger. We came out of COVID. We came out of burial. Melissa, you clean up some areas. Some areas that needed cleaning. Let me just say it. Yeah, so there are some areas that needed cleaning. There's some development that need to take place. And the only way some of it would take place is under circumstances like this. For the longest while, we've been needing to move these people from off the coastline. But they had all kind of reasons why they can't move. Well, Melissa come sort that out. And my heart really goes out to everyone who has been affected by this hurricane. I mean, I've not even been able to reach my own mother. Still trying. I'm hoping for the best. Not really concerned about the structure she's in. That is Jamaican built, as in concrete and steel. But just to hear and know that she's okay. She suffered through burial 21 days without electricity. I'm hoping it will not be the same thing this time around. Yes, my people, stay strong. Jamaica love, we say. One love, Jamaica. Father Paul.